balls, whatever you're using. I want you to place let's go for the left leg, your left leg. We're going to place the tip of the toe on the ball and then press the heel to the floor, and you've got flexion through that big toe. Hold it. Okay, so you're just taking the weight into the front of the foot as much as you can. Just ease it in. It may feel a little bit uncomfortable. Hold it. Okay, so it's in the inside. You see, it's my big toe is flexed. And I'm just holding for a few breaths. Okay, so you just hold just for a few breaths is fine. Then what I want you to do is move further up the foot. So inch and a half, and then press down again. Now you may need a chair or something just to hold on to. Okay, so you're just applying that pressure, getting a little bit of flexion and releasing that fascia in the foot. Hold it. Okay, we're going to move a little bit further forward. And again, slowly applying that pressure. And if you need to, chair. I'm leaning into it. You might want to stay upright. I'm leaning into it slightly to take more weight in. Okay, and then again further, so I'm getting in towards the instep and I'm pressing in. This is great to do. If you find it really painful, if you've got plantar fasciitis in the morning, when you wake up, keep the balls in your bedroom and just sit on the side of the bed and just do a little bit of work with the spiky balls underfoot. Hold it for a few breaths each movement, and then we're going further in towards the heel. Okay, so I'm applying that pressure. I'm not quite up to my heel yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, so I'm applying that pressure. I'm kind of leaning into it slightly. Might be a bit wobbly, you're on an unstable surface, but we just want the pressure into that foot. And then we're moving a little bit further. Now I'm into my heel. What I'm going to do is take the weight slowly down into the heel as much as I can. This may be uncomfortable. And just hold. The upright, think of neutral still. It's just Pilates trained. You just do. Hold it. So you're holding it, you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. Really sink that weight in to that heel. Okay, now I'm going to take the weight into the other leg and I'm going to move to the toe, to the heel, to the toe, to the heel. Pressure as much as you can. Obviously it might move a little bit, but you're just getting that movement forwards and backwards. Keep going. Keep going. Oop, rolling away. Come back. So you keep going, forwards and back, giving that massage. Again, you can use a tennis ball. Do you know, I was saying this morning online, I know a lot of sports shops aren't open, but in Poundland they've got dogs' toys like this. I mean, I paid £8 for these in TK Maxx. They're like £1 for 2 in Poundland. You know, they're not ideal, but they're okay. And then let's go towards the ball of the foot. So just circular movements. And then change direction. That standing leg might ache a little bit. And then we're going to do the other side. Think about how that foot feels now. It feels lighter than the other. It's good to compare. And then we're going to go with the other side. So we start the toe, and then we get that flexion. Although I said, how does the foot feel? And maybe the calf, it can have further effect further up the kinetic chain. Sometimes doing this footwork, this is why it's not only good for people with plantar fasciitis, but Also, it helps release everything further up the kinetic chain. So you might find your arms flow easier. It's strange, okay? So you hold. I'm kind of leaning in again. A bit of discomfort for me to start with. Obviously, I've got metal in my foot as well, so I'm just leaning. Just a few breaths. Okay. You might want to do this 2 sort of sets, okay? Because obviously I've only got 20 minutes. So then I'm going to move forward slightly and sink back down. And again, you might want that little bit of that support of a chair or a wall. Now, how does that feel? Does that feel a little bit of discomfort there? Hold it. Keep breathing. One side maybe more discomfort than the other. I'm going to go further forward, so I'm going towards the instep, and I'm going to plant my heel into the floor, slight bend of the leg, so you're not locking your knee. A little bit of a lean, again, if you need the support of a wall or a chair, don't fall over. Ideally, again, 3 breaths, say 3 breaths each time you move that ball. And then we're going to go further up towards the heel, not quite there yet, but sort of at the front of the instep there. Hold it, applying that pressure. Three breaths. And then we go into the heel. Watch your balance here. So you're bringing the feet more or less into an even position. So you're standing neutral. You're just taking that weight into that heel, sinking in, and with each breath, I want you to think of going heavier, heavier, heavier into the ball. Breathing, don't ever hold your breath. And then I'm going to take my weight back and I'm going to roll forwards and backwards. So I'm aiming for the inside of the foot or the instep, working those insteps, because a lot of the time they're fallen. I know, Linda, you said you got flat feet, so we're working, and I'm going to give you an exercise that can work the arches of the feet as well. I'm mindful of the time. If I run out of time, I'll incorporate the shoulder work into the 10 o'clock. Okay, now you can move your foot, getting the outside of the foot, the inside, move it around, then circles. And then release. How does that feel? How do the feet feel? Mine feel fantastic after that. Let me know. Okay, we're going to get both now. Obviously, I know some of you haven't got 2, so if you've got 1, place 1 under the heel. This is going to upset your balance, Maria. Make sure you've got a chair next to you. So you can have 1 foot on the floor or both heels into the balls, so you get applying that pressure. So maybe before it felt uncomfortable, but maybe there's a little bit of release there. We're going to take the weight into the heels and squat, and then push back up. Be mindful of your technique. The knees don't come together. Now, with the heels lifted, you might feel you can go lower into your squat. What I want you to do is go low, but push up through your heels. So you're mindful that the weight is in the heels are unstable, they're getting that massage through the ball. So we're squatting back and then pushing back up. Squatting back, pushing back up. Keep going. So squats, push back up. So what have we done? We've done 10 minutes with the feet. The feet are the foundations of the body. It's important to keep them healthy. Sit back, push up, sit back, push up, sit back, push up. A little exercise to work the arches of the feet. I'm going to demonstrate with a silk scarf, but you probably haven't got one of those handy. You can use a tea towel. You don't have to use anything, you can visualise. So I'm sitting on my chair and I've got my scarf there. I'm just checking to see that you can see that in the, I'm not out of shot. So you've got your silk scarf and I want you to think about, to work the arches of the feet. So Linda, great one for you. What you want to do is try and work to scrunch that scarf up. So I'm moving, working, curling the toes, trying to work the arches of the feet, and I'm trying to scrunch that scarf up. And I'm getting there. I've nearly scrunched it to the end. Okay, great exercise. And then I'm going to do the other side. Again, ideally a little bit more time involved. I've got a wooden floor, it's not going to work ideally on carpet, but you can use your mind-body connection to visualise. So again, I'm going to go put my foot halfway up the scarf, and then I'm going to aim to get to the end of the scarf. So I'm working the arches of the feet, scrunching up. It's quite hard. Scrunching up, scrunching up. This side isn't as, it's getting there, but it's not as kind. So I'm arching. Hello, Roman. Here's my geriatric cat, and here comes my little doggy. Both of them. Hi. Okay, so I'm towards the end. So I've just worked the arches of my feet. Next thing, I want to work the muscles that don't get much use in the leg here. So what I'm going to do is grab my spiky ball. I'm going to come in 4-point kneeling. So obviously if kneeling's an issue, the other knee can be on a cushion, or leave this one out, or just run the ball up and down the leg in a seated position. So I'm just going to place the ball to the outside of the knee, the patella, and then I'm just going to run it down the outside of the leg, of the shin. Okay, so I'm just rolling that ball, working that muscle that doesn't really get a lot of work normally. So we're just rolling, 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 and rolling. Keep going. And then we're going to do the other side. So we place the ball towards the outside of the knee. So you need to obviously work through your shoulders, and then we're just rolling. Husky. He's looking at my ball. So I'm just rolling and rolling. Okay, next one. We are going to do shoulder bridge with the balls. So coming down, place the ball or the balls. Again, if you've just got one, you would do one side and then the other, because this is a bit of a last minute chuck-in, so a lot of people might not have the equipment. Go to Poundland. Okay, so we're in neutral. We can arch the back a little bit, but I'm not going to do too much mobility through the spine because this is all about the feet, and then the shoulders if we've got time. If not, we'll incorporate it. Peeling up, weights into the heels, shoulder bridge, hold it, feel it in the glutes. Don't flare through the rib cage. Pressure into the heels, hamstrings working. I want the hamstrings warm. Peel down. Lay the tailbone away, arch the back, and then we're going to go again. So we flatten the back. The balls are on my heels, peeling up, hold here, getting the opening through the front of the body here, breathing. Hamstrings are working a little bit harder than normal, so those that get cramp might get more cramp like this. Peel down, maybe not go up as high. Lay the tailbone away. I would do 5 to 8 repetitions of that one. Next. I should have said half an hour, shouldn't I? Band. Now it's important to get your legs nice and stretched out, the Achilles tendon specifically. So get your band, place your right foot in the band, and I'm going to raise the leg up. And I'm going to actually place the band towards the ball foot. So I've got leverage there, and I can get real flexion and get that stretch down the back of that leg. Hold. Think of the femur being grounded into the back of the hip. Hold that there. Relax the shoulders although you're holding the band. Now think of the whole of the leg, not the ankle. You've done these stretches before probably. We're just going to take the whole of the leg and internally rotate it, but really working through that flexion. Hold here. And then we're going to externally rotate, changing that angle. You might feel a bit more pull down the outside of the leg. Hold here. And then we're going to change legs. So on the ball foot, rather than the arch, lift, get quite a lot of resistance. Flex that foot, push into the heel, hold. So we're allowing the muscles to relax in. So again, I would say you can hold it after sort of 12 seconds in, the muscles will relax and you can deepen it if you like. Internal rotate, toes point in, might feel awkward. Then we go the other way. And back. Release that band. Let's just put in some ankle mobility, circles. Full circles, don't skip through any stiffness. Hopefully it's loosened up, help to loosen everything up anyway. Change direction. Let's point and flex. Maybe less cracking going on than normal. Pinging and cracking. Lower. Using the stability of the pelvis, we lift, point, flex, and circle. So just combine the two. Changing the direction of the movement. Point, flex. Shoulders relaxed. We haven't worked the shoulders, we haven't had time. I'm going to incorporate that into the next class. Circles. Legs down. Okay, rock up. Standing. How do the feet feel? Okay, do they feel a little bit better? Freer? It's going to make your Pilates practice better.